You've created a king of the hill ESS beacon. That the pot is continually growing. It's sort of like fucking being in a casino somewhere and you're watching the numbers tick. If fleets are beginning to grow, come join us. Get a cut of the pot. You know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, you've got incursion systems that people are showing up in fleets battling it out because the pot's worth $6 billion.
Yeah, every HQ site you're looking at somewhere on the order of 100 million ISK. And if you got 3 HQ fleets going, that's 300 million ISK every 15 minutes.
Yeah, you can't create content the way they're thinking about it, and believe me, the explosion on the forums. You're asking me to invest 30 million that I will get no return on. There's no return.
It was a terrible idea.
It's garbage.
They did not take into account human nature in this, and you
Right.
don't see anybody use it in nullsec.
The guy that put it down.
People won't use it for blue on blue to increase their profit because they don't trust anybody enough with that profit. People won't use it for red on blue because it's too easy for the other guy to counter.
I'd rather give up 5% than put one up and then you have a guaranteed loss
and risk
of 20.
that my friend's going to take my money or somebody's going to come in and take my money.
Risk versus reward. You're putting 30 mil down. You probably get 30 mil back, I would say. But the risk of losing it is so much higher than.
No, Sherry, you won't. You won't get your 30 mil back.
No, that's what I'm saying. Let's just say you break even, but the chance of losing, the chance of you losing that 30 mil is so much higher than getting anything more. So it's pointless.
Right. I'm just saying you won't get your 30 million back because if that goes up, everyone stops ratting.
If you come into system, people stop ratting.
No, they stop ratting, period. And if the ESS is up, they stop ratting, period. Because most of the bot programs are designed that if something hits their overview that they're not used to, they'll stop ratting. If you're trying to use it as an anti-bot mechanism, it's ridiculous. It is the worst designed gameplay. It's a gameplay design. It's sort of like playing chess with pawns, all pawns, and calling it chess. No, you're playing fucking checkers, you dumbass.
Well, it's actually more like CCP thinks everyone's playing checkers and everyone's really playing chess.
They're never taking into account human nature, and I laugh. I laughed at it, and I went off. I went off on Trevor. I went off. And yet you're taking 5% away from the only active ISK producing item in the game for this great experiment.
Like many other people said, it's not hurting the rich people. They're like, whatever. It's not. It's only hurting the people that actually rat, and then the people that rat, they don't make that much ISK anyway.
They're actively. It's hurting the people who are actively playing the game. What's up, crew?
It's OP. That's all I know.
It's OP. But here's the thing. It really, truly, you know what I love? I love the fact that our group, and what's really unique about our group, and this is what's fun, regardless of the bot accords and all that stuff, it doesn't affect what we consider fun.
The game.
It doesn't affect what we set as our goals to accomplish as a group. And I think being in that position, we have definitely stepped out of the norm. We are outside of the paradigm. We are definitely a mafia-like organization that sits there and watches, all these different entities try to control and manipulate and propagate and do things within the world of Eve, and we sit on the outside picking and choosing where we want our influence to. Can we be affected by the larger groups? Yeah. But the sad fact of the matter is, it's sort of like what Godfather was it? Godfather 3? To where he was trying to go legit, or was it 2? And the German banker guy, eventually we can get all of them and kill them. So, anyways, ESS, bad idea. All taxes should be collected at the iHub. Now, you want to make this thing viable? They have to put a module into their iHub that they own that's called the tax collector. And it is accessible. It can be hacked by non-members of your organization that don't have roles. But for you to go collect your ISK for your organization from ratting dollars in that system, you have to install one of these mechanisms. Therefore, that's a collection bank. It allows robbers a collection point. Everyone knows where the bank is.
Did you just say that if it's not in your organization and you don't have roles, you can collect it, but if it's in your organization, you need roles?
No, let me finish. No, I have to go hack it. I have to break in. If I have the role of banker or whatever it is, accountant, I can go collect it. Meaning I can go there and legally pull the ISK and put it within the corp bank. Follow me?
Yeah.
It would be better off
User
instead
joined
of the
your channel.
automatic, tax thing. If you had something like that they were fixed or whatever.
Right. Then what happens is, let's say, man, they've been ratting a lot. I wonder if that iHub is full. I go out there and I start the hacking game or whatever the fucking games they create, the mini games, and I try to break into the bank. And if I fail, the sentry guns around the fucking iHub begin to attack me.
I mean, there could also be another thing with that. They have to upgrade their iHubs, like, defense mechanisms, like their sort of firewall, I guess you could say.
And when he collects the tax ISK out of the bank, it's not collected in just moving numbers into your bank. He actually gets it in transportable items, meaning he has to fly a ship there and then take the ISK from point A back to point B. Now, if I got a spy and I know who the guy is and I see him log on and I know he's going on his daily fucking route to go collect the money, I would love to sit there and camp one of the iHubs in one of their best routing systems and then bubble him up and blow him up once he gets the money.
What's going to keep him from doing the same thing before, where if there's people in local, he just doesn't go collect it. He waits until there's no one local.
Right, but that's just it. You're interfering with what would be an automated system of just money hitting the bank, saying a guy has to go and collect the resource, and gives the chance and the opportunity, not based upon me spending any money to go get the chance and the opportunity, but based upon them wanting to own the system and defend it, and defend their central bank, and defend the process.
They have people that don't play this game is probably the biggest problem.
But yet they do have a number that do, and I know them. But I know it's just not my friends. I know a lot of them, and I get
half the company.
Yeah, I get asked constantly. The sad part is they had what they were trying to create. The guy who tried to create it missed the mark, and it bothers me because there are so many other unique ways they could go about create. I'm telling you, the ESS needs to be in incursion systems, and I said that already.
Yeah.
King of the Hill incursion ESS. The Sanchez guy comes in, he starts his incursion, he puts out the ESS beacon. 10% of all incursion bounties gets collected at the ESS, and if you want it, you go punch the button with you and your fleet, and the running number is going in local, right? And all of a sudden the ESS number is just like going into how many play the slot machine where you see how much the fucking thing is worth. You'll have fleets coming in saying, all right, I want the ESS. He punches the button. He has to hold that beacon or that King of the Hill button for whatever amount of time is there, an hour, 2 hours, whatever it is. So I come in, I punch the button, and let's say the pot's worth 10 billion, and I got a fleet of 50 guys sitting there. Somebody says, well, I want it. He comes and punches the button. So now he's allowed to sit there and actively engage anybody that's push the button. You talk about fucking mayhem, ships blowing up, people warping in and looting and this, that, and the other, and Concord just stays away. Because isn't that what happens in a high-sec incursions Concord should not be involved in anything there.
Yeah, it's not what happens, but...
What I like about Concord is the fact that you aggress someone, you're considered a pirate to them, they kill you. Yeah, you got all these NPC pirates flying around and Concord don't do shit.
Yep.
I just thought for what they try to create, they're first asking a player to take 30 million ISK, invest it in an item, put it in a system, and when it's out there, everyone can see it. It'd be one thing if it was Ninja. It'd be one thing if you put it out there and no one knew it was there until all of a sudden they went and checked their wallet. Next thing you know, they're not seeing the ISK rolling in like they used to see it. That would be one thing.
I still think you're coming to the fundamental problem of now you're taking money away from the active players,
right,
not away from the passive.
Right. No, you're right. Like I said, I was boiling down all the negatives. The biggest negative is you're hitting people that are actually flying a ship, going out and trying to play the game at face value. When really they should be attacking Mungu. They should be attacking the botting M. If this bot accord that you haven't read it yet, if you haven't read the bot accord,
I read through it. It was.
If that doesn't speak to the sickness that is happening in Eve, and the reason
We're
why
not gonna fuck with each other's money. It'll be okay. It'll be all right.
Oh, but if anybody else tries to fuck with our money, we're all gonna gang up and beat the shit out of them.
I'm happy with that incursion idea, man, because I believe that incursions are broken.
Well, it would create more fun.
They've given people way too much money. They should not be earning that much money, and CCP fucked up on the story.
I'm not a lore guy, so I apologize if they fucked the story up, Beast.
And neither am I, but they're on about these fucking Sancha that come from nullsec and all that shit to come and like wreak havoc in highsec. Yeah, I've never seen a Sancha named like that. What would have been better is if it was like the sleepers, like finally getting pissed off that people are entering their wormholes and they're coming out and raping face.
Here's what I wish it would have happened, and this is what I would have liked to see happen. I would like to see when an incursion happens in highsec, it turns that system almost into the way the rats are in 0-0 and lowsec. I mean, you go to a lowsec incursion or you go to a 0-0 incursion, you go through the gate, you're gonna get warp scrambled and fucking annihilated.
Warp drive active.
I don't like the fact that they allow that ISK faucet to exist in safety of whatever is there.
Because people will be complaining, I was autopiloting my fucking freighter, I got it blown up.
Not disagreeing with any of that. I think the complaints are going to be there, but it creates it creates that element of scary shit in highsec. And I'll be honest, highsec scares me more than lowsec and 0-0. I don't know about you. I get goosebumps going through highsec more than I do any other place in the game.
Yep. In nullsec, you know you're gonna get blown up.
I mean, I said it once before. Wormhole space is one true space that you know you can be completely secure as long as you pay attention. I hated going into highsec.
Yeah. Yeah. The other issue I had was, and it's just
User joined your channel.
Somebody. It was the closest thing I share. The one thing that bothers me about the siphons are great. They are. There's some things about the siphons, simple things. And Trevor was asking me the other day, he goes, what do you mean? I said, well, it's simple. I put a siphon on a POS, okay? And I'm excited about it. But then all of a sudden I right-clicked on it and I hit show info. And it showed my character, the corporation I was a part of, and the alliance I was a part of that put the siphon there. But yet, everyone can access my siphon. So I said, you need to make siphons not attached.
Anonymous.
Yeah, anonymous. If everybody can access it, then you know what? It's just a fucking siphon. Because here's what I discovered in my siphon episodes out there for 30 days. And like I said, me and Jackson went at it. We made pretty good money. But I was using one character. Well, all of a sudden I discovered something. Every time that character logged in, this guy in local would log in with me. We had my character bookmarked on the contact list. So every time I logged in, he knew I was about to go out and do siphon work.
And he'd come in, grab everything before you did, and then yeah.
Yeah, so it turned into he had a non-skill in-game mechanic and here I was with it playing the game, but yet he used the contact list to either try to kill me on my siphon on a regular basis, so on and so forth. That would be one thing if all of a sudden he warped into the POS and saw me collecting off the siphon and then bookmarked my character. But they don't have to do that. They just fly around and get the siphons and get the names, and then they know who's out there siphoning their stuff.
Mm-hmm.
To whereas a thief wants to be a thief should leave no breadcrumbs or no trails. But yet a thief is always subject to having his stuff stolen by a better thief. Hence, the siphon should be just a siphon, not owned by anybody.
This one guy from Atlas Alliance, he's coming undocking from Jita in all his ults now and just dueling me so I can send him back home.
Why is it? Because the thing is, I can't re-scoop my siphon. I can't. I said, okay, then put my name on it, but let me re-scoop it then. Let a siphon be something I can go steal and then disappear. Let me leave no breadcrumbs. Meaning, I put my siphon out, we go around the area, we PvP for some time, and when we're done PvPing, we go around, collect up what Mungu we had for the 4 or 5 hours.
And if it's going to be like that, then it also needs to be so only you or your corp, if you set it up, can access it.
Just like a bubble. Yeah. No. Anyone can access it still. But I don't know the game mechanics. I don't know the code and all those other different things. I just speak from a game master type of standpoint. I speak from what is making a game fun. And I play games that way. I'm at the end user side of it. I don't know the underbelly side of it. So sometimes when I talk to guys that are programmers and coders, they're looking at me from a different perspective, and I realize that they're looking at me from a work perspective. They're looking at me from a can we make it happen perspective, and I'm looking at it from here's what's fun perspective, here's what's manageable from a human side of it, and so on and so forth, and trying to find that middle ground. I think is sometimes really, really hard because those groups are so they're so far apart. I'm trying to come up with the right word. They're not supposed to be in the same room together. But it's what makes games great is when you find that middle ground. And I think what's been happening, except for the last additionals to CCP, and there's been a lot of great devs brought on board, I think that middle ground has gotten really, really skinny again. And it's not until that middle ground is actually broad that we actually have a game that has some unique opportunities. So, anyways, somebody was saying something and I overran them and I apologize.
Redbox Kestrel 711.
Hey, down below, guys. I linked it earlier, but down below is my son's finals match at one of the probably one of the top 3 tournaments in the state of Michigan, and this is the kid.
Kestrel Redbox 711.
Is he in the blue or the dark?
He's in the gray with the kind of looks him.
All right. What's he in?
Kestrel. He's at the dock.
Coming out.
He came in first, Black?
Yeah, he won the whole thing.
Nice.
My throat shot. You'll hear me yelling on the side of the fucking thing.
I saw on Facebook that you guys came in second, but then I didn't know how he placed. But
well,
I guess as a team you came in second, right?
Yeah, as a team we came in second. We lost to we got a bridesmaid team this year. My son's like one of the only seniors on the team who's an arm ripper. We are real young, sophomores, juniors, freshmen. Next year, this team is going to blossom into one that is going to contend for a state title. But this year, my son is like that. Where's the Kestrel?
Also, Black, you know, when you came in earlier and said what's happening, and then you went on your little rant.
Yeah, what's up?
Just so you know, Templeman's quit the game.
Well, good.
He's quit the game and he also destroyed Bomber's Bar while